Hello everyone, and welcome to my Bold and Beautiful Today channel. Is the ex-husband still infatuated with Steffy, despite the jealous hope for Liam's reunion? Spoilers for the Bold and the Beautiful suggest that Hope Logan, who is envious, would battle for a reconciliation with Liam Spencer, but is her ex-husband still infatuated with Steffy Forrester? Hope appears to be reconsidering her relationship with Liam and realizing that it wasn't all that horrible in light of the recent events involving Carter Walton. Hope recently commended Liam for being a wonderful father and man, reflecting on how he is the one constant in her life. Hope might decide she's ready to reunite her family soon, especially after learning more about Liam's health issues. Despite Liam's desire to hide his illness, Hope will eventually learn about it and realize she nearly lost him. Hope's desire for a reunion might be sparked by that alone, but her want to be with Steffy again may be strengthened by jealousy. Hope used to be tired of having to break Liam's heart all the time, but now she's probably simply sick of losing everything she desires due to Steffy. Hope might decide that she won't allow it to occur again and use her envy as motivation to get Liam back. Now that Liam feels so much love for Steffy and believes she saved his life, Hope may encounter some difficulties. Liam is currently more attracted to Steffy than Hope since old sentiments are returning. But once Hope begins using her power and attempting to draw Liam toward her instead, that might change. Hope might foresee that they will eventually find their way back to one another because Liam requested a reunion with Hope on BNB not too long ago. Hope might believe she can take advantage of Steffy's single status because she is still married to John Finnegan. In any case, Hope will be shaken by the news of Liam's brain bleed and operation as she begins to consider her future. Hope may decide that this is their opportunity for a fresh start because they don't want to live in a world without Liam. According to teasers for The Bold and the Beautiful, Hope and Liam might get a new beginning in the future. Tune in to find out what lies ahead for these two. How does Brooke's brain tumor explain desperation over Ridge? According to previews for The Bold and the Beautiful, Brooke Logan, Catherine Kelly Lang, has had an obsession with Ridge Forrester. She has, however, become much more desperate, and in frightening ways, since the takeover by Forrester Creations. Brooke is currently acting quite strangely. Is she suffering from a brain tumor? Does that explain why she is pleading more to see her ex-husband again? Let's talk about the possibilities once you finish reading. Takeover of Forrester Creations. When Carter Walton and Hope Logan carried out the FC takeover, Ridge and Brooke were together. Then Brooke was proposed as the CEO by Carter and Hope. After accepting, the blonde loses her fiancé to Taylor Hayes. Ridge reasoned that by working for the people who stole his family's business, his destiny had betrayed him. Brooke argued, nevertheless, that she was there to attempt to persuade Carter to act morally. The strange behavior of Brooke Logan. Hope felt totally deceived after Carter struck a deal with the Forrester family. In particular, Hope feels deceived by her own mother. Although Brooke didn't do anything illegal in theory, she's often considerably more enthusiastic about stuff. Regarding Hope and Forrester Creations, Brooke has acted in an unclear manner. Something about Brooke seems strange, particularly in relation to Hope and FC. There's a problem, but I'm not sure what it is. The choice of Ridge Forrester. According to teasers for The Bold and the Beautiful, Brooke's obsession with Ridge prevents her from concentrating on her job or Hope's problems. How often has Brooke's mind been preoccupied with Ridge lately? Everybody gets sidetracked, but Brooke seems to be distracted all the time these days. And there's the begging. Brooke ought to respect himself. Ridge was even forced to pick between Taylor and Brooke. But since he had already made up his mind weeks prior, there was no other option. Unexpected brain growth. Although Brooke has always had a thing for Ridge, her actions seem to be getting worse. Furthermore, Brooke has never been one to simply throw Hope out of her window. However, it appears to be the situation. Is there a way to explain all of this? Is it conceivable that the distractions, workplace stripping, and begging are all signs of something far more serious? Ridge was coerced into spending more time with his ex-wife by Taylor's broken heart syndrome. They're back together now. So, is it possible that Brooke may have her own medical drama, perhaps a brain tumor? Then, who will Ridge pick? Finn offers his opinion on Liam and Carter's important choice. According to spoilers for The Bold and the Beautiful, Steffy Forrester eventually contacts John Finn Finnegan after spending hours wondering where she is. Steffy tells Finn that she and Liam Spencer are at the hospital. Liam's presence may be discovered by Bill Spencer, who is also at the hospital. Will Bill reconcile their disagreement and check in on his son? Carter Walton will have to decide between moving on with Daphne Rose and making amends with Hope Logan. John Finnegan offers opinions regarding Liam Spencer's situation. Downstairs, where Liam is receiving treatment for a brain bleed, Steffy has called Finn. But it's a little unclear exactly what transpired in Bill's house. After an argument, Bill left Liam alone in the house and instructed him not to return. Bill is unaware, though, that Liam nearly passed away later. Will Finn be able to assist Liam and ensure that he regains all of his memory? Could this become another battle for Steffy's love? Does Liam's affection for Steffy return now that he is thankful she saved him? Will Steffy and Finn's romance suffer another blow as a result of Liam's accident? Read more. The Bold and the Beautiful spoilers. 3 issues lead to Finn and Steffy's split. Discover why marriages disintegrate. Bill Spencer might trip over his son. According to spoilers for Thursday's episode of The Bold and the Beautiful, Bill is visiting a business associate in the hospital. It wouldn't be shocking for Bill to run into Finn or Steffy and learn that Liam is in the hospital and what transpired, though, given he was just in Finn's office speaking with him. Will Luna be held accountable for Liam's head injury? When Bill went, would he know something was amiss? After Bill's tirade, which brought him back to Earth, Liam fell without assistance. Regarding his father and his child, Liam was concerned. But after their dispute, Bill exaggerated the situation out of proportion, and Liam appears to have had a seizure or nearly had a stroke. Liam does not want Bill to be aware of his hospitalization. A significant choice is made by Carter Walton. After everything subsided, Carter had intended to resume his relationship with Hope. Hope discovered, however, that Carter was not the devoted boyfriend he professed to be when he decided to kiss another lady. Carter took over Forrester Creations with Hope's support and encouragement, then blew everything apart by giving her no warning and taking the company back. Steffy hired Daphne to separate Carter and Hope, and she succeeded. But Carter is unaware that Steffy was responsible for that. Carter might have picked Daphne because he thought she had genuine affections for him. If Carter ever finds out, he might definitely rethink his mind. After the truth is revealed, is there any chance of getting back together with Hope? Obsessed Remy abandons Luna. Does Finn save his daughter? Spoilers for The Bold and the Beautiful suggest that Luna Nozawa might be abducted by an infatuated Remy Price. Would John Finn Finnegan be able to save his daughter? Fans of B&B will remember that back in February, Dario, also known as Remy, came to the Spencer home to fix the air conditioner. Remy was able to meet Luna as a result, and they quickly became friends. It's possible that Remy's interest in Luna was a little more than amicable. Perhaps Luna could be Remy's next obsession, given that he clearly has no shot with Electra Forrester. Since the show just ditched the entire Remy and Luna angle, viewers have been wondering where Remy is. Maybe it will come to light that Remy has been occupied with his new obsession with Luna. Remy might be hiding out somewhere with another stalker wall that has a collage of Luna's pictures, most likely some deepfakes he made himself. Perhaps B&B could provide another kind of retribution since Luna never really paid for her misdeeds. Remy would even go so far as to kidnap Luna if she becomes his new passion. Finn may finally move to save Luna's life because he has become quite the rescuer on the CBS serial opera. Finn has a reputation for stepping up when it matters, as evidenced by his assistance in freeing Sheila from captivity and his eventual rescue of Steffy from Luna's prison. If Luna ever becomes Remy's hostage, Finn might be the next to save her. It's simple to picture Finn storming in and rescuing Luna from a terrible condition of captivity. In the end, a plot like that could have multiple uses. Given what she did to Steffy, this might give Luna a taste of her own medicine and allow Finn to get to know her better. Given that he knows Remy and his abilities, Will Spencer could even be able to help. Finn may ask Will for help and include Luna's crush in this sexy scheme as well. In any event, Sheila has predicted that Luna will develop the father-daughter relationship she so desperately wants. That link could be strengthened if Finn saves Luna, persuading him to defy Steffy's desires and take his daughter into his life. Keep an eye out for any kidnapping news that could lead to Finn updating his perspective on Luna, according to spoilers for The Bold and the Beautiful. Daphne's big move and Grace and Finn's dilemma. Here are the spoilers for Thursday, April 10, 2025's episode of The Bold and the Beautiful. Fans can anticipate that Grace Buckingham and John Finnegan will discuss Liam Spencer's condition in tomorrow's episode. Carter Walton is urged to move on by Daphne Rose, Muriel Hilaire, at Forrester Creations. Let's discuss what will happen in the upcoming episode of the CBS soap opera as you continue reading. Intel by John Finnegan. Anticipate Finn rushing to the intensive care unit in the upcoming episode after receiving Steffy's call. Finn will learn that Liam struck his head during a seizure. Finn will also learn about the emergency surgery and what transpired at Bill Spencer's house. Liam pleaded with Steffy to conceal his illness and hospital stay. In particular, Liam does not want Sophia Paras-McKinley's character Kelly Spencer to learn. But Steffy was determined that Finn must know. Buckingham, Grace confers. Following Steffy's news, Finn will want to ask Grace for the medical information. What will be decided as Grace and Finn debate Liam's case? Liam underwent brain surgery in an emergency. Liam may have to remain with Shin until he recovers if he doesn't want anybody else to know. But it could be difficult to explain that to someone who just happens to drop by. A kiss from Daphne Rose. Daphne will continue to try to persuade Carter to forget about Hope Logan, Annika Noel, according to tomorrow's spoilers for The Bold and the Beautiful. Carter obviously still loves Hope, despite the fact that she no longer wants to interact with him. Daphne believes Hope has indoctrinated Carter and is bad news. Daphne will thus make an effort to persuade him to leave her. Spoilers for The Bold and the Beautiful, Daphne's big move, Grace and Finn's predicament. What Carter Walton will do next. Carter's heart still belongs to Hope, but the COO is aware that he must find a way to let this go. Carter had always turned down Daphne's kisses, but this time might be different. What to anticipate? What more can we anticipate? Will Bill Spencer not eventually notice the blood on the carpet from Liam's head wound? Will he not wonder what happened there and whose blood that is? Additionally, there is the concerning discussion regarding Shin between Luna Nozawa and Sheila Carter-Sharp, Kimberlyn Brown. Keep an eye out for any potential criminal collaboration, as Luna and Sheila have both blamed Steffy for their issues. Liam demands secrecy as Steffy accuses Bill and sends Finn to the intensive care unit. When Steffy Forrester, distraught and enraged, confronts Bill Spencer about Sheila Carter's surprising return, a revelation that shocks everyone involved, the tension in The Bold and the Beautiful reaches a fever pitch. Still scarred by Sheila's horrific past with her family, Steffy is appalled to hear that Bill helped conceal Sheila's survival. She lashes out at Bill, accusing him of causing the chaos that has once again taken over their lives, and her hatred is evident. How were you able to? Her voice quivering with a mixture of rage and betrayal, she demands. You remained silent the entire time even though you knew Sheila was still alive. She's back because of you, and you never know what she'll do next. Bill, who is often unflappable, finds it difficult to justify his behavior, stating that he thought it was best to keep Sheila's survival a secret in order to keep everyone safe. Steffy, however, doesn't believe it. She views his silence as an unforgivable treachery that has once again endangered her family. Steffy's thoughts turn to Sheila's possible threats as the altercation intensifies, particularly to her husband, John Finnegan. Fearing that Sheila's reappearance may lead to yet another round of violence, Steffy phones Finn right once and begs him to meet her at the hospital. She urges him, Finn, you need to get to the ICU now, with a desperate urgency in her voice. While shocked by the news, Finn quickly rushes to Sheila's side, his protective instincts taking over. It's about Sheila, she's alive, and we can't risk her coming near you or Hayes. The ICU environment, which represents the life-or-death consequences of Sheila's return, adds still another level of drama. For Steffy, averting another disaster is more important than simply dealing with the trauma of the past. She is prepared to go to battle in order to protect her family, and she will not allow Sheila to ruin the happiness she has worked so hard to create with Finn. Ever the strategist, Liam Spencer advocates for secrecy, claiming that telling the wrong people that Sheila survived may make matters worse. With a low, anxious voice, he pushes Steffy away. He insists, "We have to be smart about this." Liam's cautious attitude and Steffy's determination to expose Sheila right away collide, causing friction between the two. If we start a panic, Sheila could go underground, or worse, she might strike back before we're prepared. Liam is concerned that having too much information could backfire, while Steffy feels that openness is the only way to guarantee safety. Although it is obvious that he has protective instincts for Steffy and her family, his secret-keeping past makes his counsel unsettling. Bill's dishonesty has already left Steffy reeling, and she is not in the mood for any more lies. She retorts, "Liam, I'm done with secrets. We got into this mess because of secrets." The situation's emotional burden is debilitating. Steffy is so terrified for Finn's safety, and her mistrust of Bill and, to a lesser degree, Liam, only makes her feel more alone. Despite being shaken, Finn tries to be her rock by telling her that they would deal with this together. However, Sheila's previous transgressions continue to cast a pall, and the question of what she desires today still stands. Is she seeking retribution? Is she working on another twisted scheme? Steffy's paranoia is heightened by the uncertainty, and she grows more and more determined to steer the conversation before Sheila can attack. Loyalty is questioned and alliances are put to the test as the drama progresses. While Liam's need for secrecy makes Steffy wonder if he's really on her side or if he's putting his own interests first, Bill's involvement in Sheila's secret casts doubt on his true intentions. Caught in the middle, Finn has to balance his conflicted feelings for his birth mother, Sheila, while remaining steadfastly at Steffy's side. Ironically, as Steffy and Finn prepare for the consequences of Sheila's return, the intensive care unit, a haven of healing, becomes the setting for an impending storm. Viewers are left feeling uneasy by the episode, wondering who else is aware of Sheila's true identity and what she will do next. Will her family be protected by Steffy's intent on exposing Sheila, or will it put them in danger? Can Finn balance his mixed feelings towards Sheila and still be the reliable companion Steffy needs? And will Liam's insistence on secrecy aid or impede their attempts to permanently stop Sheila? There is little doubt that Sheila's resurrection has sparked a firestorm, and the fight to prevent her from taking lives is only getting started. Following their lingerie showdown, Taylor demands that Ridge set boundaries with Brooke. According to B&B spoilers, Taylor Hayes rekindles their long-standing feud with Ridge Forrester by demanding that he set firm limits with Brooke Logan after discovering her in lingerie at Forrester Creations. Relationships, retaliation, and rivalry all explode in a bold and lovely way. While Luna plans retaliation against Elektra with Sheila's assistance, the startling encounter between Taylor and a lingerie-clad Brooke rocks Forrester Creations. Elektra and Will's romance is in jeopardy due to the abnormal relationship between Luna and Sheila. Elektra Forrester is the target of Luna Nozawa's ultimate retaliation. Luna is more resolved than ever to take Will Spencer away after Elektra physically shoved and threatened her, both to appease her developing feelings for him and to hold Elektra accountable for her actions. The fact that Sheila Sharp has consented to work with her granddaughter on this cunning plan only serves to increase the danger of the situation. Sheila has already promised to assist Luna in achieving her objectives, and she is prepared to fulfill that commitment by assisting Luna in determining the best way to earn Will's love. Given that Elektra seems prepared to advance her connection with Will, the timing couldn't be more crucial. The young pair may be organizing a particularly memorable evening together after talking about their future. It appears that Luna's manipulation of their passion delay backfired, which might have inspired Elektra to act more swiftly. Undoubtedly, Will and Elektra want their first personal encounter to be flawless, but their romantic intentions could go awry if Luna and Sheila are working against them. Luna could give herself more time to entice Will into her bedroom if she can manage to inflict even a minor setback. Several relationships are impacted by Liam's medical crisis. Several relationships will be impacted by Liam Spencer's shocking medical catastrophe. Will and Electra's romance will probably be put on pause for a while as he attends to his sick brother due to his brain bleed and subsequent emergency surgery. As Liam recovers, Steffy Forrester keeps consoling and supporting him, deepening their bond in ways that could eventually cause Finn Finnegan to feel uneasy or envious. Bill Spencer seemed to be on the verge of having a significant change of heart. Bill, who yelled at Liam prior to his breakdown, is likely to change his perspective completely after hearing about his son's medical experience. After Liam is released from the hospital, he might even insist that he recuperate at the Spencer mansion. Hope Logan will also be affected by the crisis. When she learns of Liam's health, her thoughts will naturally drift to him. As Carter Walton attempts to move on with Daphne Rose, she will probably be shaken by the news and anxious to confirm for herself that he is alright, which could complicate her feelings. It's still unclear if Carter will be able to move on with Daphne or if his love for Hope will continue to interfere. After discovering Broken and Lynn Jerry, Taylor demands boundaries. Ridge Forrester being caught in the crossfire between Taylor Hayes and Brooke Logan once more is the most dramatic development. Taylor will accuse her old adversary of pursuing Ridge as soon as she discovers Brooke wearing lingerie at the Forrester Creations office. Taylor will be compelled by this startling encounter to insist that Ridge set clear limits with Brooke permanently. Taylor will probably anticipate that Ridge will respond decisively, possibly even proposing that Brooke be fired from her job. This puts Ridge in a precarious situation. He has helped Taylor through her recent health crisis brought on by broken heart syndrome, but he now has to deal with the fierce competition between these two ladies without offending either of them. Taylor obviously sees the incident as a conscious attempt to woo Ridge, even though Brooke would surely argue that she was only modeling items from her lingerie brand for work-related reasons. Their long-standing antagonism is rekindled with new vigor by this misinterpretation, or possibly a correct assessment of the circumstances. Fans are left wondering if Ridge will eventually have to choose between these two ladies who have controlled his heart for decades as he becomes entangled in yet another round of this apparently never-ending feud. Will he stand up for Brooke and jeopardize his relationship with Taylor in the process, or will he support Taylor and set the limits she is requesting?